Hello, online pipe community. Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. It is Cobb Tuesday. Got my Cobb Tuesday cob. Got my Cobb Tuesday hat. Today's Cobb, Missouri Meerschaum Patriot. In it, I have got a bowl of Peterson's Irish Cask. Part of a healthy sample sent to me by Terry SnarfblatPiper. Now, this is an aromatic comprised, from what I gather, of Virginia and brown Cavendish with a sherry topping. Not something you would normally suspect that I would like. However, even though I don't normally like alcohol toppings, this is not done with a heavy hand. I really just taste a not quite nondescript sweetness to it with a little hint of alcohol there. It's not an over-the-top sherry topping. It actually is rather good. Now, the other day I smoked 3 bowls of this back to back to back. The middle bowl I pushed, and even chooching it, I was not getting a hot mouth or tongue bite or anything like that. It was not steaming up on me. I wonder if the brown Cavendish is burley based. If only for that reason, that it seems to burn cooler than most Virginia-based things do when I push them. Does this break through the 3-star rating in my own rating system? No, it doesn't. It's good, but I wouldn't buy it again. I think what this is going to appeal to, people who would like just a mildly sweet, blend with that light sherry topping. Not, I'm not getting a lot of grass hay type Virginia out of this, which is another reason that I like it just fine. But if you want just a mildly sweet blend, and you like that not over the top alcohol topping, I think this one might appeal to you. As it is, I smoked 3 bowls of it yesterday. It's not a bad smoke. Just not something I would reach for repeatedly. Thank you, Terry, for giving me the opportunity to try that. Piper's Mantel. I don't know how many of you follow him. He has been working on a fantasy novel. It's looked interesting to me from the start. He finally has it in physical form. He is doing a what he is calling his super giveaway. If I recall correctly, there are 8 copies of his book that are going out to folks. Four to people who do VRs and 4 to people who leave a comment. I'm not sure how he's managing overlap there, so go back, ask him. But what he wanted was for us to tell who our favorite fantasy character is and why. Now, like many of us, my favorite fantasy series is The Lord of the Rings. Just hands down, it's the best thing I've ever read, in terms of just drawing me in and being able to read repeatedly the same thing and get different things out of it each time I read it. Tolkien was just absolutely brilliant with this. However, my favorite fantasy character is not found in The Lord of the Rings. My favorite fantasy character is Thomas Covenant of the Thomas Covenant Chronicles, Stephen R. Donaldson. If you haven't read them and you like fantasy, you should read them. Now, he wanted to know why Thomas Covenant is our favorite, or why our favorite is our favorite. In this case, why Thomas Covenant is my favorite. Covenant is an almost fatally flawed human being. He is possibly the least likable hero of any series of books that I've ever read. And yet he perseveres. That makes him a very interesting character. He exhibits many of the flaws that we see in ourselves. And yet carries on. Not always wanting to, but he does. And so Thomas Covenant is probably my favorite single character in the fantasy realm. Again, Thomas Covenant Chronicles, if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 sets of 3. So I don't know what you call a 9-set book. It's a trilogy of trilogies. Interesting stuff. Folks, drop by. His channel link will be down below. Drop by and look at some of his previous videos to get a little bit of a preview of what it is that he's been working on. And give yourself a shot at one of his copies. I think it's going to be interesting. But I like this sort of thing. Well, folks, it is a gorgeous day in North Carolina. The temperatures have finally dropped back down into what, lower summer temperatures. Humidity is not too bad right now. Oh, it's just absolutely beautiful. I am going to enjoy the rest of this Irish cask. You light something you like. Enjoy your afternoon.